things are at a fever pitch inside McLean Stadium. Auburn has won the toss. Baylor will take the ball first, the 2025 season opener. Arnold turns, hands the ball off, and pulled down for no gain. Keaton Thomas makes the tackle for Baylor. Snap back, here's the play, 4th and 8. Robertson got it! Yes! Over the middle, touchdown Bears! Kobe Prentice, the transfer from Alabama, with the touchdown catch. Go, 4th down and goal from the 4 for the Bears. Robertson swing pass left side.
Go.
Getting for the corner, he's got it! Peyton Knighton, his first touchdown as a Baylor Bear, pulls Baylor within 8. Robertson takes the snap in the shotgun. Pass slant, right side, caught by Josh Cameron. Spins away from one man, spins away from another.
Good block.
He is out to the 45, to the 48-yard line. Just inside the 5-yard line. Robertson to the end zone. In the air, it's caught. Touchdown! Michael Trigg on the receiving end.
Week 1 is in the books, and before we put the Baylor Bears' 38-24 loss to the Auburn Tigers completely behind us, let's take one last look back at the important quotes, notes, and storylines coming out of the season opener. First up, the defensive troubles against the run, and particularly Auburn dual-threat quarterback Jackson Arnold.
You knew they were going to run the quarterback, and there's designed quarterback runs that we really should have fit up better than what we did. The biggest disappointment in all of it, I thought, was just the tackling. I wish the tackling would have been so much better.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. It goes from 10 on 11 to 11 on 11 when you have a quarterback who can scramble like that. And we just have to get him down. It needs to be better tackling. That's on the defense.
The Bears gave up 307 yards rushing with an average of 5.9 yards per carry. Arnold accounted for 137 of those yards on 13 carries. And then there were those missed tackles that Dave Aranda and KT harped on. 23 to be exact, according to Pro Football Focus. That's a missed tackle on about every third play. So how does the defense clean things up and take a step in the right direction?
First of all, we got to fit everything up right. And second of all, when we do that, it can't be a 4-yard gain. There needs to be a violence and intentionality where that thing is 2 yards or less. That's something we really have to address. A lot of these plays that hurt us tonight, we are going to see here in a week. And, the team we're playing already runs them. And so we got a lot of work to do.
Not only is SMU quarterback Kevin Jennings a dual-threat player, but Baylor could be without his best defensive lineman in Jackie Marshall. Marshall suffered a high ankle sprain in the first quarter against Auburn and is day-to-day, according to Dave Aranda. So how do you replace his snaps in production if he can't go at SMU?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're still trying to find that out right now. I think there's a couple things that we're looking at. But yeah, we have to get much better there. I think that's really big. Of all the disappointments, it's probably the biggest one.
Yeah, it sucks when you have a player like that go down. That's my brother. Sad that he wasn't in the game. It's always tough when you have somebody with so much potential out. But it's next man up at that point. It's football. You face adversity every time, every play. You got to keep playing. So whoever's up has to step up and start making plays.
On to some broader points.
We're looking to play better, and we're looking to start faster, and we're looking to, when we get into adversity, maneuver through that better.
That is some groundbreaking coach speak right there. But when the room for improvement is that obvious, maybe keeping the goals simple is what's needed. Now on to specifics like special team struggles and offensive positives.
Special teams wise, we've had back-to-back games now with the return going the other way, and so there's a lot to clean up there. I think offensively, there's a lot of positive from this last game, and there's still things that we could play cleaner. I think there's a lot of weapons on that side of the ball, and so the expectations there are really high.
Let's talk about those weapons. Cole Wilson popped off for 134 yards on 8 receptions with 65 yards after the catch. Michael Trigg was 1 yard shy of the century mark on his 7 receptions, and Ashton Hawkins racked up 70 yards as well. When Josh Cameron has what feels like a quiet night with 54 yards, and Kobe Prentice caught the first touchdown of the season for Baylor, that is a room living up to its loaded potential.
The receivers collectively are very talented, and Sawyer was able to hit them in stride a lot of times, and if they're playing off, we're able to see it. They were able to sit down in zones, and then if it's man, they're able to win on some slants and some in-breaking routes. A couple of them were batted down, but we're able to sneak some through there and get some runs after the catch.
As for Wilson specifically, Coach Aranda was as complimentary as ever and pointed to the newest Texas State transfer as an example for others on the team to follow.
I think Cole has been playing this way since he's been with us, and I think there's a real bright light inside of that guy, and it's contagious with him. And so the best for him is yet to come. I think we've got some other guys that are very talented as well that maybe need to catch that fire that he has, because they've got that ability too.
Now, with just 24 points and a loss in the end, the offense left plenty to be desired out on the field at McLean on Friday night, especially when it comes to balancing the attack.
Run game wise, we were able to have a few hits here and there, and then the score got in the way of really kind of establishing the run. Bryson really hadn't really scrimmaged or practiced quite a bit. We've really tried to protect Bryson all throughout. When our run game is going, it opens up everything else. I think it almost really makes that, what Sawyer and the receiving corps did, that much more impressive when there wasn't a run game. And really, Auburn was teeing off on them the entire time.
To put numbers to the story, Baylor gained just 64 yards on the ground on 24 attempts. That's an average of 2.7 yards per carry. Not good. The 4 sacks for 19 yards didn't help those figures at all, but even by the eye test, the Bears O-line could not get consistent movement against the Auburn D-line. Despite those struggles, the outlook of QB1 Sawyer Robertson in the post-game press conference was level-headed and resilient.
I think that's one of the better defenses we're gonna play against. Had a lot of talent, and obviously these guys were making a lot of plays, and it's fun too. Like we were out there having fun. I think we were relaxed, all the stuff. Like I said, we really just got to finish a couple of those drives.
If the offense is having fun in every game this season, then Baylor will be competitive in every game this season. And before you tell me that the Bears weren't competitive against Auburn, think about a couple things, like the incomplete pass to Michael Trigg on the second drive of the game, as well as the long second half run that was called back for a Matthew Kloffenstein hold. Without asking for more from the defense, a couple of plays changed the optics of the game to a large degree. No one wants the Baylor offense to need to carry the defense to a decent bowl game this year, but they're certainly capable of it. Now, back to thoughts on the game from Coach Aranda, and specifically on the mental fortitude of his team.
There was always belief that we were going to come back and win this game, and no matter, even after the return, there was a belief that we're going to get us the ball back and we're going to go score and give us a chance to stop them. We're going to stop them. I can attribute that to the leaders on this team. There's a bunch of effort in that game. I thought there was a bunch of try hard and want to. The execution, just so much to be desired. And there's too many times where we would make a move and try to get in the thing to only get in our own way. Whether it was the return or it was a penalty or it was a bust. And so just way disappointed in that, and so much to correct.
With that much to get right after just one game, how does playing a second straight Power 4 non-conference opponent affect the coaching staff's ability to make those improvements?
I think anytime you play people that are very talented, it pushes you beyond. It forces you to kind of stretch. You got to be creative, find ways to go make that play, and then when you don't, you have to learn from it so that come conference play or come next week, we're better for it.
That sounds like a lot of film study to me. And between a second straight week of dual threat quarterback problems and an internal fire to not be beaten the same way again, Baylor's defense has surely been in the film room for hours on end since Friday night, especially Keaton Thomas, the linebacker who sets the tone and leads from the front.
It should make everybody go harder. If you put your head down, I told the guys, this isn't the moment for that. This is the moment to use it as fuel. We should come back Monday hungrier than ever. I'm still hungry. I feel like I can still play another 4 quarters. So if you guys aren't feeling like that, then you shouldn't be here. this is who we are. We're perseverers. We did it before, we can do it again. Never say never.
We're a good team, and we've got a lot of talent, and guys have sacrificed a bunch to get to this point, and we can win a lot of games, and I believe that wholeheartedly. I know our team does. It just sucks to lose. The negativity that comes with losing and just all of it. We're going to win here soon.
What is soon enough, though? Soon is Saturday at 11 a.m. against number 17 SMU, a playoff participant last season and a former Southwest Conference rival.
Certainly respect the opponent, and I've known Coach Lashley for a long time. He's just an awesome dude, and much respect for him personally. And he's got a great program there. The thing with us is we just have to get better. But there's things that are in our control that we have to do better. And I think if we do those things and play the standard of that, what we can, what we're capable of, then all the other things are going to fall into place. And so the emphasis is really on that.
Is Aranda sounding like a broken record to you yet? Fit your gaps, execute your assignments, be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there, and don't miss a tackle once you get there. Oh, and if you're on offense, don't get called for a penalty, don't drop the ball, and block like your life depends on it. Back to Friday night one last time before it is all well and truly put to bed. The atmosphere was amazing. The student section was full and loud from pregame until the late stages of the fourth quarter. The chrome helmets had players and fans alike fired up. The hype videos in the stadium and the presentation overall kept the crowd at a fever pitch early. The team didn't get the result, but Aranda knows how the team has to match the level of the environment to reward the fans and to help all parties take it to another level as the season goes on.
I know the fans came out and supported, and the guys could feel that right from the very beginning. And what a difference that makes when McLean is filled and it's loud and everything else. And so that's, of all of it, that's the biggest and the most painful thing. But we have to get back to work. We got to win. We know what we have to do. I have a good idea of how we have to go about doing it. And so we win, we'll get some more fans back in here and build McLean to what it needs to be.
So what does the loss to Auburn do to the Bears' hopes and dreams for the season? Not much, except for narrowing the room for error. So, Sawyer, put a bow on this recap for us.
Everything's still out in front of us. I think we have a really, really good team this year. The vibe in the locker room, as far as that went, stuck in it, stayed fighting. It's kind of what summarizes this team. A lot of dudes who are going to fight to the very end. Obviously, came up short, but battled until there was a minute left, or whatever there on that fourth down. With us, got to finish stuff like that. But yeah, everything's still out in front of us.
Join Sikkim 365 Premium on a $1 for 1 month trial to read our experts' notes and insights. Know about high school commits, off-season transfers, coaching staff changes, and so much more before the rest. Also, download the Sikkim 365 app on your iPhone today to get instant notifications of breaking news, read up on the latest inside info, easily interact with other Baylor fans on our forums, and get alerts for anything published by your favorite staff members.